Mr. Guterres did not mention President Joe Biden by name in his electrifying opening speech at the Doha Forum last week, but he didn't need to, as he expressed his horror at the consequences of last week's US decision to veto a UN ceasefire resolution. I urge the Security Council to press to avert a humanitarian catastrophe, and I reiterated my appeal for a humanitarian ceasefire to be declared. Translation: if a genocide occurs in Gaza, it's on you, Joe Biden, or Genocide Joe, as some people are starting to call the US president. The situation has got even worse since. If this warning is vindicated in court, then President Biden will be guilty of aiding and abetting a genocide, an infinitely more terrible crime than anything which has been levelled at Donald Trump. Gaza has changed global politics. This was set out explicitly by Antonio Guterres when he called for urgent reform to the post-war security structure. The Secretary General added for good measure that the Security Council is, quotes, paralysed by geostrategic divisions. This amounted to an acknowledgement from the Secretary General of the United Nations that the supposedly liberal global institutions have been unable to rise to the occasion over Gaza. In an astonishing twist of history, it is the so-called liberal democracies, the United States, European Union and Britain, which have discredited their own institutions by giving carte blanche to Benjamin Netanyahu. It is impossible to exaggerate the horror that has befallen the people of Gaza over the last 2 months, but their suffering, courage and endurance may have changed world history.